on the European circuit and on the Players' Championship circuit as well. Him making that final was a surprise.
I think it's fair to say it is, to be honest. I mean, he made one quarter-final other than that on the Pro Tour all year. And he seemed to be struggling with injuries and all sorts of stuff. This is his 5th Euro Tour. He's only won one game.
52.
Will be a good start to this game if he can take this 52. And he
He's
does.
on the first leg. Christian Kist.
And he is one of those guys who can get a run together. That performance in Dublin recently has actually proved that theory. But Robbie Green has been playing some stellar stuff over the last few months. Getting his place in the Grand Prix, getting his place in the match play, beating some good players. But I think it'd be fair to say that Robbie Green maybe shouldn't be in this predicament, because he's played in a lot of European events this year. And maybe he should have picked up 1 or 2 more victories already, and he should already be
96.
booking his ticket for Hasselt.
Well, this is Robbie Green's 5th Euro Tour of the year as well. He has won a couple more games. He had that run to the last 16 in Riesa. 4 perfect darts for Christian Kist there. 5 out of 6, pretty good as he looks to attack the green throw. And so the 6.5 grand he's won, 4.5 grand, came last month in the 3 events. So it's a late dash for Robbie Green as he fires in a maximum there. And that's one where if he hadn't found the treble with the last dart, he would have been on a bogey number.
83.
So it's paid off and he looks like a genius, but if it was a ton 40, he'd be looking at 165, and Christian Kist would be coming back and having a look at that 98. He might not. He might not double top for 1-1. He's rescued that, Robbie Green. He has rescued it.
It just goes to show, if you want to get rid of 305 points, just hit everything you go for. It's that simple, 96. Folks. And it just seems to be happening a lot more often these days. I've gone back to that 330 with Whitlock. These things are happening more often now because people just 96. Don't miss.
Stand up if you love the darts, echoing round Haller 39. It's a good crowd for a Friday afternoon, I have to say.
100.
It will be packed in here all weekend.
This has started as a really good game as well. I think this game has ignited the crowd.
123.
Winner of this one. I mean, I've just listed all these, things. Christian Kist got to go and make the quarters or the semis. Robbie Green's got to win a couple of games. They want to make the European Championship.
96.
Winner of this plays Michael van Gerwen. So, I mean, can happen. Can be beaten.
Not very often on the European Tour this year. Only a couple of guys have taken him out. One of those was Kyle Anderson, who we'll see a little bit later on.
57. Robbie Rapal, 102.
Oh, 125 in the last leg. 102 seems a lot easier. You can't get it. Can lay it up really nice, and does.
Christian Rapal, 152.
So to steal again. Or steal back. It was 152 for Christian.
100. Robbie Rapal, 40.
This game has just got better and better since the first start. 2 10s for Robbie Green.
Game shot the third leg. Robbie Green.
This is a high-quality contest.
Robbie to throw first. Game on.
It certainly is, but you have to say, Christian Kist started very well. And Robbie Green, a shot I would not advise going for the 180 to leave 125 when he could have been left on a bogey number. Christian Kist looking at 98 for a 2-0 lead, but he took out the 125, and the game has completely changed on that. An ill-advised shot has completely turned it in his favour.
It's like you say, Dan, if he hits it, he's a genius.
Yep.
If he doesn't hit it, we're going to critique him until the cows come home.
Yeah.
95.
Robbie Green in qualifying took out Justin Bradshaw 6-1. Very comfortable. Then Luke Woodhouse to qualify 6-4. Christian, on the other hand,
100.
the qualifiers just before the Riesa event, where they had a double header. And he took out Felix Schietz. And Mike De Decker as 6-5, which was very close.
140.
Strong leg of darts here from Robbie Green. Potentially 11 darter coming in.
140.
And if you're Robbie Green,
86.
and you come into a game with an opponent that you've never lost to, in a game that you really should Win double 16.
70.
You think, is there a better opponent for him right now? Probably not, because he's got that mental edge on him. What's more, I think out of the two guys,
90.
Robbie Green has played better on the
16.
European tour this year than Christian has.
Yeah, certainly had a little bit more success. As we say, Christian's only won one game on the European tour. And right now, he is looking likely to just keep it at that one, because Robbie Green is playing some really, really solid stuff. The last 3 legs, he's at a 180 in all of them, and won them, not at a canter. He's been under pressure, certainly in the first one, but
60.
pretty efficient, convincing stuff from Robbie Green.
Very efficient indeed. About as efficient as their hairdressing bills.
Well, I can't imagine they spend a great deal on it. They might spend more than most on scalp polish.
I tell you what, these two guys
43.
got a raw deal when it comes to casting for the start of the Crystal Maze again. These guys wouldn't have been out of place hosting that show.
58.
Richard O'Brien, he did it.
He did.
Yeah.
I'm not sure either of these two can play a harmonica quite so well.
Well, they don't want the Rocky Horror Show here.
140.
They want the Great Darting Show. And at the moment, the doubles percentages are very, very good. World-class stuff from both guys.
95.
Yeah, Green staying on the 19s there. 303, that's the route for you. Had he hit another treble 19, he would have left 170. But Kist is going to leave himself handily placed
140.
here.
Look at Robbie Green sprinting to the hockey. He's very keen to play it today. Oh, he would have loved a 180 there to leave double 14.
100.
That's as good as a ton you'll see all day.
Oh, it's perfect, perfect. Kist only needed 1 treble for a dart at a double. He's so glad he got it with his first dart, because he's double top instead of double 19, and he takes it out for 3-2.
6 legged Robbie to third first. Game on.
Yeah, this is good. Enjoying watching this one with you, Dan, because you just don't know where it's going. It's ebbing and flowing. It was all Robbie Green for 3 legs, but now Christian has wrestled himself back into the match. It just, there's power punches back and forth from both guys. Great stuff.
Well, look, Christian Kist, he's always going to be a world champion. You can't take that away from him. And when you look at who he beat to win the Lakeside in 2012, it wasn't as if it just all opened up and it was an easy route for him. He saw off Jan Decker, Gert de Vos, Alan Norris, Ted Hankey, and then Tony O'Shea back to back to back. And he moved over to the PDC, and everybody thought, well, hang on, this lad could be a real danger. And he's shown glimpses of it.
100.
But it's taken him a long while to make a first PDC final. But in doing that, he beat a whole host of names there. Gary Anderson, Kyle Anderson, Chizzy, then sort of Justin Pipe, then
60.
Mensel. We know how well he's been playing. It's only Michael Van Gerwen that stopped him in the final. He does have the ability to play world-class darts game after game after game. Stuff like that.
Well, if you look at those 3 darts in slow motion, that was nothing short of a mesmeric visit.
Oh, that's not bad either from Robbie Green. Leaves himself double top.
There's one thing for sure. Christian Kist has got a very strong mental game. All you got to do is go back to that Ted Hankey game in 2012. He came through that with flying colours when he could have easily crumbled.
Robbie Green. Oh, now then, double 4. That's okay.
32.
No, it's not.
Christian, you require 56.
Overwhelmingly.
Game has changed now. If he hits tops, if he hits 10s, he
46.
doesn't. So the opportunity slips by, and Robbie Green can now get that 2-leg advantage back. But he's been gifted this opportunity, and he takes it, and he knows how important it is for this game and for his qualification for Hasselt.
Kong beating his chest as he walked away from the board there.
86.
Yeah, going back to the mental side of the game for Christian, I think physically that's probably where his weakness has been over the last 4 years.
58.
He's had problems with his ankles, hip. And when you see him walking, sometimes he does amble a little bit because he has had problems. But mentally,
97.
I don't see any weakness there. The game with Ted Hankey at the Lakeside, where there was another breeze gate, apparently, and
140.
He just got up there and did his thing. And I think that just showed that he was in a good place. He could handle a little bit of stuff going on.
96.
Well, if you can handle Ted Hankey's stuff, you can handle any stuff.
Yeah, he's got stuff. Yeah, he's got some stuff. I mean, that stuff he did against Whitlock at the Grand Slam will live in memory forever. I mean, that was one of the most dramatic games of darts that I've ever seen.
Hankey battering his own head,
96.
screaming, "It's in there," repeatedly, screaming it at himself, at Whitlock, at everybody else, people at home.
134.
I think if he's screaming it that loud, they could hear it in Telford, all the way from Wolverhampton.
Probably could. Now, treble 19. Needed that treble for a dart at the bullseye. Robbie Green will come back. 74.
54.
He may only get
Robbie
one dart, but it would really, really hurt Kist. It's 2 darts, double 16. Good guide, you would think. Uses it, gets it, 5-2. Robbie Green, he's one leg away from a 5th consecutive win over Christian Kist, who shakes his head at the back of the stage, the former world champion. And he may be feeling the game is up, particularly after this visit from Robbie Green.
140.
When you're in Christian Kist's predicament right now, you do think to yourself, why do you always play well against me? Why do you always beat me? What is it that I've done to you
57.
that you always bring your game to me? And Robbie Green has brought a game today. He's played very, very well. But sometimes it's just little things like he plays at a certain rhythm that I'm comfortable
97.
with. That's a good game. 100 and change will beat most players, especially on the Friday of a Euro Tour.
Yeah, certainly will. It's been top stuff from these two. It's a 180 from Kist. It's his 3rd one in this match.
And he needed that just to get on par with Robbie Green.
There you see, look at that. A 12 darter,
92.
a 16 and a 17, and the other 4 legs all done in 5 visits to the board. That is excellent stuff from these two. And Robbie Green produced this sort of stuff 82. When he had his run to the final day of action in Riesa on the Euro Tour last year. He's going to have to do something similar this weekend, but it is MVG who awaits the winner of this one. Green can't even think about that right now. He just has to get the job done, and he is doing. 72 for the match when he returns.
That's not a hairy side of the draw, is it? That's for certain, but he doesn't want it to be hairy. He wants it to be over, Robbie Green.
150.
And that's 72 has to go now, because that setup shot was delicious from Christian Kist. Now double 18 for the match. These guys aren't missing much. Can he hit double 9? Yes, he can. And it's over. And Robbie Green keeps his run against Christian Kist going.
5 wins out of 5 for Robbie Green over former world champion Christian Kist. Kong is through to round 2 tomorrow. He will face the world #1, Michael van Gerwen. He will try to end MVG's dominance on the European Tour. And if he can, then he gives himself a realistic chance of making the European Championship. Christian Kist, after losing 5 times to Robbie Green, probably won't think much about that, Kist. But tough, mate. You got to live with it.
Den BDO-Weltmeister aus dem Jahre 2012 war aber auch eine gute Partie von Robbie Green. Spielt einen Average von knapp 100 und ist damit der Erste, der diese Marke hier hinlegen kann. Wollen mal hören, was er selbst zu dieser Partie sagt. Dazu eine gute Doppelquote. Robbie, congratulations. Actually, you were the first one who almost hit the 100 average. That's a good statistic.
To be honest, I really don't care about the average. It's about winning the game. I'm trying to push myself to qualify into the finals in Hasselt, so it's about winning. And I really couldn't give a monkeys about the average. It's nice, but I don't care. I needed that W, I needed that win, and that's what I got. And the support I was here from everyone, I can't thank you enough, because that's what, as soon as I got on the stage, you all started chanting for me, and thank you, because that really helped me.
Also bedankt sich bei euch. Ihr habt ihm sehr geholfen, die Unterstützung hat ihm gut getan. Es geht ihm einfach nur ums Siegen. Averages spielen für Robbie Green eigentlich keine Rolle. It's all about winning. Tomorrow Michael van Gerwen is waiting.
Who? No, I mean, obviously, I spoke to the wife on the phone earlier, and I said, obviously, I want to win this first game and then set up a game against Michael. Michael's the best player in the world at the minute, without a shadow of a doubt. He's winning everything. He's going to tournaments, and the players are frightened of him because he's unbelievable. I mean, I sit at home with my son watching him, and he's, you know, I'm saying to my son, look at that, and now I've got to go up and go, I've got to play that. But yeah, listen, he's a machine, and he's a great player, and he's the best player in the world, but he's not unbeatable, as Phil Taylor proved a few weeks ago. But you know, I've got to go up there and I've got to be my best, and I've got to give it my best, and that's what I'll do. If it's not good enough on the day, then so be it. Obviously, Michael will progress, but I'm going to give it 100%.
Yeah, we're looking for that. And you'll never walk alone. You know that. Thank you very much. Robbie Green. Spielt also morgen dann gegen Michael van Gerven und sagt, er ist natürlich zurzeit der Beste von allen. Das ist überhaupt keine Frage. Und so gut er auch ist, trotzdem, du kannst ihn auch bezwingen, wenn du gut